Getting onto self-improvement may actually cause you to feel depressed at first. And here's why. So, to make this make sense, I'll explain my own story. So, I got into self-improvement in 2023 or 2024. I actually can't remember now. But the point is, like, at first, it felt amazing. I was excited to see what I could and who I could become. Right, just excited to become consistent in the gym, to learn more, to improve my mental health, all this kind of stuff. I was like, wow, I didn't know this life existed, because I don't think many people realize that you don't have to just like get worse over time. Like, you see all these people around you. Like, when I was younger, I'd look at people older than me, and they're all fat, drinking, lazy. All they spend like the weekends watching football and just fucking around, and they spend the week working a job they hated. Right, that was like the normal path that most people took. And I just thought, no, that's what life is, isn't it? It's like, enjoy your youth while you have it, and then when you're older, you just have kids and talk to your kids about how much you miss being young because you're miserable. It's like, that's what my life's gonna be. And then I discovered self improvement and realized that it doesn't have to be that way. I don't have to become fat when I'm fucking older. I don't have to be miserable when I hit 25, and then that's it for the rest of my life. I don't have to work some job that I hate all my life. I can build something of my own, you know? And anyway, that excited me, and I felt amazing. And I was consistent, and I kept going and going for about 2 weeks. And then I realized that I'm not that special, because I had you kind of have an ego when you're on the self improvement thing, because when I first got onto it, the people who I used to watch that made me realize that this path existed were like Andrew Tate. That was actually the main one, to be fair. That's all I kind of used. That was what put me on this path in 2023. Andrew Tate, and he had an ego, and he was like, you cut off all the loser friends. You become better than everyone, whatever, and you kind of absorb that mentality. And I instantly thought, after 2 weeks of going to the gym, basically actually doing fuck all because I was shit and didn't know what I was doing, but because I was new to it and I was insanely motivated, it came with an ego. And I was, oh, this is easy. I'm going to be better than everyone in like a year. I'm already better than everyone now. Look at all these lazy people. Look at all these like absolute retards around me who are just scrolling on their phones and not doing anything with their lives. Look at me. I'm building my business. And I think I was like doing drop shipping at the time. I'm building a business. I'm going to get rich. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to pull every girl. And after 2 weeks, I'd already like fallen off, because I had no idea how to be consistent in anything in my life, because I never had been. I didn't, I just fell off basically, because I didn't have the framework, and I was operating from an ego as well of, I'm going to be better than everyone, because I was so insecure before that I always thought that, I was a piece of shit compared to everyone else, that once I got into self improvement, it had the opposite effect. I came from down here. That's like the normal level. I was here, then I went to here, and I was like, I'm better than everyone else. I'm going to be the best. I don't even know, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I had an ego. And when I fell off, this ego broke. And this is the normal path. This is actually the most common path of self improvement. Okay, it's definitely on. You start it. Your ego grows. You instantly think, oh, I'm special, whatever, and then you fall off pretty fast. Your ego comes down, and then you feel miserable, because now not only are you in the same position as you were before, and before you're already miserable, but now you're miserable and dealing with the guilt of not doing what you know you should, of not going to the gym, which before you never really felt guilty about because you never cared about it, of not, you feel guilty for scrolling on your phone, which before, like I said, you didn't know you shouldn't do, but now you learn that it, fucks up your brain, does all this shit, and you feel guilty for doing it. So now you feel miserable because you still haven't changed, which you used to feel miserable because, like before, you started self improvement, and now you feel guilty as well for not doing what you know you should do because you fell off, and you stay in that stage for a while. You stay in that stage for a while. I was stuck in that stage for 2 years. I only got out of it late last year because I realized what I'm going to teach you in this video, that you can't operate from ego. You can't do this to become better than everyone else, or you have to improve your mental health, is what I'm trying to say. That's what you have to do first. So you fall off, right? Because your frame is already damaged, and you can't be consistent in the good habits because they feel bad in the moment. Like going to the gym is painful, and if you have weak mental health, like if you have poor mental health, mentally you're weak, so you're going to give up fast when it gets hard. Whereas if you have good mental health, you won't even care that it's hard. You won't need to resort to the easy path, which is to be lazy and fucking scroll and play shit games that you don't care about and talk to any woman you can and do all this dumb shit, right? If you have good mental health, you won't even feel the need to do that. You'll naturally have control over your actions because you won't be doing it out of a sense of lack. You'll be doing it out of a sense of doing what's good rather than doing what feels good, because you want the best for yourself. Whereas when you got poor mental health, you just want to feel something. You just want to stop feeling shit, and you just take anything. So you got to improve your mental health. And so you improve your mental health, right? The best way to do it is to, instead of focusing on the bad habits, you got to just focus on doing the good ones. Like forget about the bad habits, because you got to accept that when you got bad mental health, that those bad habits are a symptom of that. They're not. Wait, does that make sense? Is that what I meant to say? It's like the bad habits like a result of bad mental health. Like you wouldn't, like I said, you wouldn't do those if you had good mental health. You only do those because you have bad mental health. And to improve your mental health, you focus on doing the good habits, and you start small. Like maybe you change the definition of a good day, because like I said, when you start this self-improvement, you do it from ego, so you operate from up here. And yes, I just flex because I'm looking, I can see myself. Anyway, you I forgot what I'm saying now. Yeah, your ego's up here, so you want to do everything. You want to hit the gym, you want to go for a run, you want to work for like 12 hours a day, and you want to absolutely crush it because you feel like that you're operating from a sense of lack. You overdo these things. You want to do, like, you have crazily high standards, and that's what I did for a while. I'd start self-improvement, I'd go all out because I was either down here or up here because I had poor mental health. So I'd overdo these things because doing it just a little bit didn't satisfy my huge ego that was a result of having poor mental health. My huge ego fulfilled the emptiness, so I overdid everything and I tried doing as much as I could and being as productive and perfect as possible, so it would distract from the fact that I felt miserable inside. And it feels great at first, and then you realize it's not realistically possible, at least not straight away, because you don't have the framework internally to sustain that. So you got to start small, change what you define to be a good day. I feel like when you're just getting started, right, a good day can be as simple as waking up early. Like you don't want to sleep in anymore. That might be one of your goals. Like maybe let's say like you got 10 goals, right? To wake up early, to start working harder, to train more consistently, to read more. You have all these lists of goals, right? And maybe you defined a good day originally as getting all of them done every day. But like I said, because you don't have a very good mental health to start with, which is why you got into self-improvement, etc., you gotta make it as easy as possible to be consistent. So maybe you change the definition of a good day as waking up early, just one thing. And then the next day you wake up early and it's a good day. Anything else you do is a bonus. That builds trust with yourself, which is massive for your mental health. Because you no longer see yourself as a piece of shit anymore. Because you are now someone who sticks to what they say they're going to do, which is get up early. You got up early. You have respect for yourself now. Then when you get so consistent with waking up, I don't know where to hold my mic. I might just clip it in here. Once you get so consistent with waking up early that you don't have to like think about it anymore, then you can progressively overload, which is something you do in the gym. Like in the gym, you start off with a lower weight when you start with, and then once you're strong enough to hit that weight with no effort, you raise the weight and you just keep raising the weight over time. That's what you're going to do here. When it becomes easy to wake up early, then you add a second goal in. Now your definition of a good day is waking up early and reading 10 pages that day. And then you get consistent with doing that. And you see what I mean? Over time, you add more of those goals in every day. And before you know it, your mental health is amazing. Like it's that good that you literally will go throughout the day and you'll randomly start smiling and laughing to yourself. I was doing this morning. I was like, what am I laughing at? I was just walking to the gym and I was just laughing. And that's something that's actually normal when you have good mental health. I was just happy. I don't know why. Just was. But yeah, so when you're in this depression stage, it's like what is it? So stage 1, excitement. Stage 2, depression. Stage 3 is like the lift off stage. That's where you really make progress. I made some progress in the first like 2 years of self-improvement, but it was very slow because I'd do like 2 weeks of like absolutely smashing it. And then I'd have like 2 weeks or even sometimes it was like 3 months or something of just going downhill, just feeling shit because I knew what I should be doing, but I wasn't doing it because I had poor mental health. And then you get to the third stage, which is what I've been in for the past 2 months now. Like I got through the depression stage probably last year, but I only really got like ultra consistent recently, where I started, waking up every day and doing all the 10 goals, the sort of thing I mentioned before. I only just built it up recently, like 2 months ago, and now become consistent with doing them 10 things every day. All the things I set goals to do, I've only just become consistent at them. Like I got out of the depression stage last year, but I was building myself up slowly rather than all at once. So now I'm at the point where I can do all these things in a day and it's not hard because I've got good mental health now. I'm not miserable anymore. I don't feel like shit anymore. I'm not constantly beating myself up anymore. I actually trust myself. Like if I say I'm going to do something, like if I say I'm going to wake up tomorrow, like 90% of the time, I know I am going to. Like you'll never be perfect, right? There'll be days where you sleep in and there'll be days where you don't go to the gym. And there'll be days where you go to the gym, but you have a shit workout, all these things, right? Because you're human. But your mental health will be good to the point where it doesn't matter. Because you know that you know who you are. You know yourself. You trust yourself and you respect yourself because you built your mental health up. You upgraded it, improved it. And that's the result of self-improvement. But it does make you feel depressed at first if you don't understand this sort of stage, these 3 stages. And then there's even stages after stage 3, which is like, I can't even think of what it's called. That's unnecessary for this video. I don't need to go into that. But Yeah. So just to repeat, if you want to improve your mental health, start small. Don't operate from this ego that you get at the start of self-improvement, where you think that, oh, you can do anything now and you're this amazing person. I think it's called the Kruger effect, where when you do something new, I think that's what it's called. You learn something new, right? Like you learn, oh, going to the gym is good for you, or meditating is good for you, or reading is good for your brain, or whatever. This like self-improvement knowledge that you learn it's good for you, and then your ego tells you that you know it all, you know everything now, and you just tell everyone all these facts that you just assume is true because you learn this one thing. And that's what it's basically is. It's like you start self-improvement and you think you're amazing, and you think that you don't have anything to, you think that you're just like this capable person. Instantly you're capable of doing all these tasks that before your old self could have never dreamed of doing. But you inflate your ego as a response to poor mental health, basically. When you have good mental health, you don't have it doesn't hurt to do one small thing like it used to. Like you do all these things because if you start small while you have bad mental health, that just makes you feel like a piece of shit again, because you think that, oh, you want to get to this point, you're not at that point, and that makes you see yourself as lesser because you already see yourself as a piece of shit. And when you already see yourself as a piece of shit, you find reasons to keep seeing yourself as a piece of shit. Whereas if you don't operate from an ego, you just enjoy the making progress. So yeah, it takes probably like 3 weeks to get out of that depression stage if you actually like be patient and slowly build yourself up. And once you get to being like consistent with like 3 good things a day, like, I don't know, waking up early, eating healthy, whatever it is, like reading, meditating, or going to the gym or something, like 3 things, like maybe it's waking up early, going to bed on time, and not engaging in lust. So you get consistent with just doing 3 or even 2 things. It don't matter. It's just the consistent part that matters. Once you nail that and you actually become consistent in something, you build that trust with yourself and you start to appreciate, you gain reasons to appreciate yourself. You don't feel shit anymore. So that's everything for this video. I don't know or have anything else to say. But yeah, be patient and don't operate from ego, because that's what I did, and it fucks you up and leaves you in a miserable hole for a while. You know, my hairline's coming out. I don't like it. There we go. It's covered now. Yeah, anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. It's not crazy, that, is it? It's all right. It's making progress. You know, I actually started bulking. You know, because I was I've been going to the gym for 4 years, right? And this is my arms. It's 4 years. That's not a 4-year arm, is it? Because I never stay consistent and I never bulked. So I never put on muscle. And whenever I did put on muscle, I lost it because I stopped going to the gym. There's somewhere else. Okay. So, because I was in this depression stage. But just that's now. Wait 3 months, man. Wait. You're gonna see something different. Just don't like how chubby my face is now. Oh well, I kind of feel like I said, right, it sucks to start with, but it will get better. It's the same with everything on this path. Bulking kind of sucks because I feel like my face is like, but I'm gonna appreciate it eventually. Anyway, that's everything for this video. I want a catchphrase to say the videos. At the end of the videos, like Prime Hamza used to do. I don't know if you might know who that is. I don't know. Gonna think of something for the next one. See you later, mate.